Have you ever thought about what coal really is? Coal is a non-renewable fossil fuel resource that humans have used for thousands of years, and used extensively since the Industrial Revolution. Really, it's a pretty straightforward material, made up of preserved and compressed plant remains. If they're pure enough and buried for long enough, they produce the carbon-rich sedimentary rock that we call coal. Most of the coal that we have on Earth today actually started out many hundreds of millions of years ago during the Carboniferous period, where basically we had this new form of life expanding on land, the advent of trees. They're known as scale trees, most often are fern trees, that expanded across our continents and created these giant swamp environments. And because there was really no way to break them down, our organisms hadn't figured out how to break down that carbon and bury it and return it to the active carbon cycle, a lot of that carbon actually got buried in the form of sedimentary rocks that would eventually become coal. We consider coal a non-renewable fossil resource because the processes that produce coal, between the actual carbon accumulation and then the burial and heating that produce the actual sedimentary rock that we call coal, those processes just take so long, millions to hundreds of millions of years, that the rate at which we're consuming fossil fuels or consuming coal is actually so much faster that we will basically outpace the production of coal as long as we're around. Overall, this resulted in a huge amount of carbon being buried and converted into sedimentary rocks, removing this material from the active carbon cycle and actually drawing down atmospheric carbon dioxide to the point where it contributed to a global cooling and icehouse conditions during what's known as the late Paleozoic era. The interesting thing then on the other side is that humans now, as we're burning these non-renewable fossil fuels, are releasing that carbon back into the atmosphere, effectively doing the opposite of what these plants did 300 million years ago in burying carbon and actually cooling the planet. We're doing the opposite now and warming the planet by reintroducing that carbon to the carbon cycle.